when you go from geographical region to region, even the definition changes of the smart cities. Here, when say transportation, we are talking about cars of the future. So are we talking about cars, the wheels, like a home on the wheels, or are we talking a personal assistant as a future transportation or cars? So that's the type of conversation that we have, like collision-free roads and so on. I was in India just about a week back and watching to this TV show that was kind of criticizing the smart cities. As you know, that India is #1 investment destination. Everybody wants to do things there, and now they are criticizing. And so I was kind of interested to hear what the problem is. And the question that was on the table is, India does not need smart cities. Why we need these slick roads where collision-free transportation, and we don't have, only the rich people go there, and what will happen to the street vendors? And what will happen to the beautiful landscape that is all the tourism industry thrives on? So their thought of a smart city was in another dimensions, and how do you see that as a smart city? So then I said, okay, what is a smart city? So kind of looked around and gathered the thought leaderships and from around the world, and some of the simplified words that I can share. I'm sure you will agree. If not, that's fine too. A smart city is just using technology to have safe and healthier society, a place of living for all citizens. That means individualized education, individualized healthcare, access to basic amenities, clean water, energy, safer environment, and any disaster, man-made or natural, can be detected before it destroys the communities. So that's how the smart cities that we are wanting to build. And while building that, there are challenges that are quite a few. And some of the things that I looked into is, yesterday I typed Google the smart cities, and it just returned with like about 18 million results on the smart cities. And when I did the big data, it was like 332 million. So it looked like big data is a big problem. And what is the problem? That is even confusing most of the time, that what is actually the problem, that when we have so many apps being developed, solving a lot of problems, we heard about the housing, we heard about how we are communicating, and what is the problem. So it's like how we have, everybody seems to be solving a big data problem, whether it's Internet of Things, mobility, transportation. Then where we are going with it is basically, in the smart city, we are not talking about a thing, we are talking about the whole scenario and how that is going to be impacted if the seamless communication, the connectivity is the problem. So I'll take an example like, so U.S. Department of Transportation realized that unless we combine the transportation and technology, we are not going to have collision-free transportation, the road transportation, and that will go true for other things as well. So they are working with the media eye to develop the applications which will detect as soon as something comes in your blind spot, it alerts you so that the collisions can be stopped. Things like that, and many other features and so on, which is very nice. However, wouldn't that be nicer that all these collision and pre-collision data map is stored on the cloud and shared with the planners, the engineers, to build the roads or the transportation system, the infrastructure, which is collision-free. And that goes for healthcare, that goes for housing, that goes for anything that if you can provide the landscape, the whole data map, and build the infrastructure based on actual data, not the design concept only. And when you do that, it's a very fancy idea. However, the problem became, how do you do that? There's too much data, too much needs to be integrated, and listening to Qualcomm CEO mentioning that's a need. The seamless network communication is the need. However, the solution is none, which that's going to change. So solution, according to Qualcomm CEO, is it's at least half a decade away, if not more. So that was even more interesting to find out that oh really, while we have already solved that problem. So that's what I'm gonna share with you today. So ICA Data Spring is what I would like to introduce you to solve this problem of connectivity, so we can build the data maps and create a virtual integration. So ICA Data Spring is a software platform that defies the traditional thought processes of how do you do extract the intelligence out of your data through analytics. We don't do any analytics. We have created a paradigm shift model, a software that reaches out to the data of all kinds, whether it's structured or unstructured, and provides you the result, the solutions, in natural language query. And then, so you are giving a power to the user, not to the analyst, to drive the solution, the results out of it. So now, since you are able to do any number of data sets in any format and create the results, so this virtual integration has ICA Data Spring has already brought to the world. So now you can create the map of your any landscape that you're looking. We took the example of transportation as a near alert and alert, and the map as when and what time and what areas and how that is happening, so that the planners can plan a more efficient infrastructure. Now, the big problem is not only what you already think we have. So when you have the seamless connectivity, and we will go back to the transportation example, so your streets can be safer if there are sensors to detect efficient energy uses, any disruptive forces that might be happening. If you just have ability to take the data and map it, you can create all of that structure. So yes, I will come to the point of the cost in a second, but those additional sensory data, additional descriptive data, additional data can be used to map and plan in a bigger way. So that we can think of a safer roads, safer airports, safer optimized crops, healthcare, provide preventative health guidance, and control the disruptive man-made or natural disaster. Such and such things happen, so we don't have to live with that. And hopefully we'll never have 9/11. So that's what we can think of. A bit about the ICA GS. It's a paradigm shift solution, and it creates a lot many more things than just virtual integration. So it provides your actionable results then and there. You can verify the accuracy of the results live, automate the issues like compliance, transparencies. You don't need any technical expertise to run the ICA DS. no technical, a financial analyst, non-techie can run it and get the results. So the risk of providing the inaccurate or insufficient data just goes away. So that means you are able to share knowledge, manage risk, and power your decisions, and all of that can be automated. As I mentioned, that there's no need to create data lakes or basically creating any type of data preparation is not required. So we read all kinds of data and give the results the way we are needing to the user. So now you have something ready that provides transparency, security, infrastructure, and democratizing knowledge across the board. So now the result is your better crops, individualized services, safer roads, resource allocations, and of all kinds, and infrastructure. Now this does not have the slide, but I'll talk about one question that I drove from, take the train from the suburbs, so a lot of thinking goes on there. So one question came up, but who is gonna pay for it? The cities are the best lab, but the city managers or mayors will tell you their first priority is cleaning the snow and removing the garbage. We don't have money. So actually the big problem is not the money. Big problem is not the technology. The big problem is public policy. The newer needs are coming and the newer solutions are coming, and many times we don't have a department authorized to take the decisions on that. What it means is like, okay, so now, this goes to this person and that department, it never gets done. As just for example, data spring, since it does not require any data preparation, there is no cost of additional hardware or software. I mean, very minimal with your PCs and so on, and laptops and tablets. It does not require the data preparation, so all the people cost of data preparation is gone. All the software cost of data preparation is gone. Now the cost can go down as low as 80%. The time goes down to 60 to 80% from any traditional method. So it's not the price, but more of a political will in a city, and whoever comes up with how to handle that would be leading the way for other cities. I read somewhere that by 2025, there will be 88 smart cities. To me, knowing what can be done, I feel it's laughable.